G'day, it's Jason here from In Search of Australia. Today I'm at the Glen Elgin River, and here in this episode I'm going to see if I can combine the concepts of material dropped by a flood with the way material works with the current stream. So combining the two concepts together, I hope I lift the yield. I'm also going to search for what is supposed to be here, but virgin territory, to see if I can find a honeypot and get a lot of gems in one spot. The other thing I'm going to test is this concept of a UV light, being able to spec gems, and I'll test that tonight in the episode. I'll also show the grounds because I'm at Aroona Glen, and a bit more like a touristy thing I guess at the end, but it's worth it. It's a really nice place. Hope you enjoy. So Rob, the host, has a few rules for the Fossicking. He's definitely got a limit to where you can go. So when you come here, he shows you how far you can go downstream and how far you can go upstream. It's still a fair whack of area and lots of crevices, lots of boulders everywhere. I did find some virgin territory that I could go to, but then I realized I had to put a lot of work in to really get to where you needed to be in that area. So if I tried it again, I'd be here for a few days, I would say, at least. One of the spots I'm going to try is actually on the other side of the river, and you'll see there's a large granite boulder there and then boulders here. That's created a valley coming down and then some boulders in front of that. I've noticed behind these that there's a little dip, and that's where I'm going to try and see if there's anything that hasn't been touched there. Now, one of the issues here, I'm likely to get a leech. This guy can smell me. He's looking for me. I'm up a bit high from him at the moment, but I was thinking of stepping in there to be able to dig down in there. I'll try and remove him. So it's definitely crunchy gravel down here, stuck right at the base of this boulder here. So it's like a little crevice underneath all of this. So same channel between the granite. I was digging in underneath this. Had a look here. There's some nice ironstone all bundled up here. So I'm going to try dig this out as well. So I don't think I'll have time to return to that granite area there. That's where it's got a little valley coming down and then ends up stuck behind that middle boulder there. I went in behind it near the tree, as you can see just behind it, and that's where the leach was. This is where I dug out some gravel. I don't think I went deep enough, but that's somewhere where I'd return because there was large ironstone boulders. Just spotted this fungi. They're quite rare, but there, see? That's its spores popping out. They're like little creatures. I'll just poke two, leave the rest. Well, there'll be more there now, over time. So being in that crevice, I did get a little passenger. Just found it crawling up the waders. taking the concept of the flood mixed with the small river. The flood would go that way, and then the rivers come down this way to create a low pressure zone just here behind the boulder. So the boulder sort of comes out at a bit of an angle, so even in the flood this crevice over here might have caught things. So my idea is this should be a hotspot, and I'm going to use a yabby pump because I believe people would have dug there, but not necessarily used a yabby pump. So it's interesting, there's not a lot of indicator rocks, and looks like a zircon there. This might be a sapphire. Don't lose it. No, it's spinel, but it's like a sheared crystal of spinel. Really quite interesting. I might keep that one. So that's so far. That one was easy to spot. So head up the little feeder stream. Lots of indications people have already been here. I think it's going to be difficult to find somewhere that's obvious yet new. So I did some sieving from where this creek comes down here, and then we've got the main creek going across there, and at that intersection just here I just dug straight down below the bank there. There was a family here as I was doing the sieving, so I didn't film what was found, but I did get like about 3 zircon and a sapphire all in one sieve, and I think I've cleaned that one out. I got a few more zircon, but what I did notice is there's another river when I walked upriver. It's hard to see, but you can see my sieve just there. There's a little stream that cut through here, and I've started digging around that area as if it's the same sort of junction, and hopefully that means I'll get a similar result. They're always clear as day. Another little sapphire. Nothing big yet, but this has me thinking I'm getting the idea of the area at least. Just checking there's no others. This granite boulder looks like it's got a face. I wonder if that's intentional. I'm now going to clean all of this off because this is what is preferred here, that we keep it all tidy. I think you should always respect your hosts. And you could probably even say respect the public prospecting areas as well. I'll give this a wash with a bucket. So the last place I'm going to try is down in that pool. Not sure how deep it is, but I'm about to find out. There wasn't actually as much material as I thought at the bottom of that pool. I dug around quite a bit, and pulled out some big river rocks, but not much gravel, and went straight to the bedrock. So maybe it just gets churned too much and pushed out, or someone's already been there and dug it all out and need to wait for a flood. The question now is, can you spec at night using UV light? I'm going to test that theory tonight. I'm thinking that either I have the wrong type of UV light, or there's nothing here. However, I did test on the gems that I collected earlier, and the zircon sort of glowed, I guess, purpley pink, but in reality that's the colour of the light, so nothing really glowed. The catch of this, of course, is there's different frequency UV lights, so I could be using one that's useless, and this will probably require a little bit more experimentation. I'd love to have an opal or something like that, because I know that they really do react, but in this case it just looks like purple stones or black stones. The sapphires just look black when I use this too. And then of course when we go to the water, it's this interesting green. So I'm not even really penetrating the water anymore. You can sort of see it in the shallows here, but to spec in deep water, not possible in this particular creek. I don't know whether it's specific to this creek or what you discover in any creek. One thing that's pretty cool though, some of the lichen is bioluminescent, so it's glowing with the UV light. Here's a great example. Seems to be only a particular type that glows. What I see with the naked eye is an orange and I guess it's like a light green yellow, two different types. That's quite interesting. So you can see the red wine like that. Now under UV. Tasty green. So although there's a little bit of gold here, I'm not going to bother with the pan because going through this just takes up more time, and I'd rather focus on trying to get the larger gemstones here. So it gives an example that there is gold, but it wouldn't be what I'd target here. So it's pretty successful really. 4 sapphires. One's quite nice, the one on the far right. Lots of zircon, and I know it's zircon because it's sort of a light pink. I think there's 1 or 2 garnet there as well. It's quite prolific really. Very small area, but still delivering. So Aroona Glen has this really nice campground. Very artistic, I have to say, and I love it. So you have firewood supplied. Toilets, which are of the drop variety, but it's actually quite pleasant. There's to wash your hands. A drop toilet. Watch out for redbacks. So here's a shower. It's not really a shower. You use one of these pails water in the top of that stove there, heat it with a wood fire, put the water in the pail, bring the pail in here. It's a nicely decorated bathroom. And then you sit in here and use that bowl to wash the water over you. Like I said, it's a very artistic, pleasant looking place. Somewhere to wash dishes. Barbecue with utensils. You can even set up a bar. There's a games area with darts and cricket ball, bat, and a slab that looks like Australia. That's quite amazing. There's room for caravans and tents. Very flat, easy to pitch. All the sculptures everywhere just makes it quite impressive. The owner of the property, Rob, is a gracious host and charges very little for you to stay here. So I highly recommend it for families and individuals who want to come out here for various reasons, whether it's to just enjoy the serenity or do a bit of fossicking. You can contact him via his Facebook page. Just look up Aroona Glen. I haven't said this in any of the videos before, but it'd be really great if you keep coming back and watching these videos that you click that subscribe button. It's really easy. If you keep coming back, it's as quick as a click. So may as well do it now, hey? Do it. Do it. Go on, do it.